Welcome back to the Hawkeye Garage. I am Joe, and in this week, in what little free time that I've had, I've been tearing out the rear axle of the Jeep. Well, actually, I tore it out last week. I've been finishing up a few things, so we'll walk over there, take a quick look, and I think maybe I've got a couple more updates. Stay tuned. First of all, what do you guys think of the new Hawkeye Garage HSW Garage logo? Big shout out to my buddy Danny for putting that together for me. He's the one that did the previous logo and a bunch of my other artwork stuff. And he's been on, several of the videos. So thank you to him for that. We just have rolled over 4,000 subscribers. And thank you to all of you for making that happen. I genuinely can remember when I was like at 130, 140 right there, and I was ecstatic because I was over 100 subscribers, and out of something that I never planned on doing. So hopefully within the next, I'm trying to remember, I think it's been right around 6 months for this last 1,000 subscribers. So hopefully less time for that, for the next 1,000 to get to 5,000. And we are honestly contemplating like a complete rebranding away from the Hawkeye anything. I don't know. Who knows what changes could be happening. And thank you to my neighbor dogs for their interruptions. Anyway, let's take a little bit closer look at the Jeep and then a couple other things I got laying around. Like I said earlier, we got the rear axle is out. There's the old one over there. I went ahead and I pulled the shocks completely out. They were just kind of dangling. I pulled the, that's a Adco heavy duty sway bar, rusty sway bar right now. I need to clean that thing up and give it some paint. I went ahead and pulled that completely out just to give me some more room to work with when we roll the new axle. And I did have a slight problem. The mounts for the links, the end links, mount right up on the chassis there, and on the other side they were I twisted them off, so I had to heat them up. And I used these. These are some Craftsman bolt extractors, and they've got some teeth in there. So I went ahead and took my handy dandy torch and heated up around the bolt on the chassis. And you just put this in a big socket, and you just loosen it like you would. Normally it grips and then pulls the stud out. Actually, here's one of them where it so it was like this, and then the bottom here is actually the top where it twisted, or this twisted off, and yeah, it just pulls it out. You heat up the metal around it to expand it, and it comes out. Wow, that was wordy. Also, these are the wheels that I showed you guys earlier. They are done being refurbed. Basically, I've just cleaned them up and kind of scuffed down some of the old, the powder coat was coming off, and hit it with some paint to seal it. And yeah, they look a lot nicer. Little spray wax. I went ahead and those are the center caps. Cleaned those up. Those actually, I think, are like a stainless. Those should polish out nicely. Painted my ball joint and spacer for the rear end of the Jeep. I also ordered a new one of those, sorry the lighting is crazy, new one of the A-arms for the rear suspension of here. That should be here. Next week I got to get a couple bolts for that sway bar end link mount. And I think I'm going to do some wire brushing and some rust proofing stuff on the brake dust shields and anything else I can get to under there. Other than that, it should be ready to go. The axle is ready to go. I think I need to get gear oil and the little additive that you put in for the limited slip clutches. It's changes the oil consistency a little bit so that those clutches can lock and unlock properly. I have one bottle. Note to self, I need to check if I need to get another bottle. So yeah, that's really all I've been up to. Weather's been terrible this week, so sorry I keep turning and the light goes out. But yeah, that's what we've been up to. Hopefully by next weekend the axle will be ready to go in. I'll do a little bit more in-depth as I'm bolting things in, so you guys can see that. It's super easy. So other than that, yeah, I'm staring at the 4Runner right now out there because I've been doing some research on how to mount this plate, this winch plate, in to the 4th gen. I've got a good idea. That picture I got off of Facebook from the 4th gen owners group, because hopefully these will sell this week and I will be able to buy a winch to bolt to there, to bolt into there, and then we will start working on all the front suspension stuff, because I want to get the added weight put in there so I can kind of decide how high I want to be, and then I can start putting in all of my suspension components, because then it will be at the proper ride height and we can get in alignment and be done. Tires still for sale. Lots of people biting on those. Tax returns and stimulus checks probably coming out soon. I would imagine I will get that stuff sold. Alright, so I apologize. It's kind of a boring video, I know, but with everything that's been going on right now, technically it hasn't really affected us, but it's just kind of made our schedules weird. And like I said earlier, the weather has been terrible, and yeah, so hopefully next week a little bit more action. We'll get that axle, if not bolted up, definitely started getting to be bolted in there. And I'm really excited to get this thing on the road to see how it performs with the 373 gears versus the 355. So technically I think I would be okay to drive it with the front drive shaft in, even though it's different gear sets, because it would be in 2-wheel drive. I'm still going to pull the front drive shaft out of it, and then it won't matter at all. And then we can start getting that front axle ready to go in. I have been working on some of that, but nothing camera worthy. So until next week, check out the links down below for my Instagram and my Facebook. Thank you again all so much for the support, and hopefully there will be a lot of really cool things coming in the not so distant future. So until next week, thank you for watching, take care, goodbye.